I need a rifle. Can you imagine the room? Laughter, sharp as broken glass, just explodes all around, rolling over me like I'm some kind of bad punchline at the world's roughest comedy club. There I am, a woman who barely hits 5 feet, hair pulled back in a messy knot, coveralls streaked with oil, standing in a concrete armory surrounded by men built like linebacker statues. You ever walk into a place and just know, instantly, no matter what you do, you're the ghost in the room? Yeah, that was me, the armory tech, Jade Monroe, a nobody in a sea of somebodies. You know what's funny? They think silence means weakness. What do you know about guns besides wrenches? That's what they ask, snickering, like the punchline is already written. I never bothered to answer, because why throw pearls before swine? But things have a way of flipping on their heads, and it happened the moment the general stepped in, his eyes scanning faces until they landed on my wrist. He just froze, 3 steps back like I'd pulled a live grenade on him. All because of Scar. A perfect circle, deep and ugly, black, triangle split down the middle. I watched the color drain from his face. "You're still alive." That's what he whispered. Not as stated, like he was seeing a ghost from some secret war nobody dares speak of. And just like that, the laughter died out, the room cracked in half, and every pair of eyes turned hard and sharp, hunting for something they couldn't quite name. Welcome to K-19, the forgotten edge of the world's sand swallowing the horizon, heat that chews up steel, a military base vibrating with the tension of an operation called Nightfall. It was supposed to be a rescue mission, snatch and grab, 3 advisors stuck behind lines crawling with ghosts of their own. I'd been invisible for 6 years, fixing rifles, tuning triggers until they felt like extensions of the soul, cataloging every spent shell no one else saw. If you've ever felt your bones ache from being overlooked, if you've ever lived so long in the background you forget what sunlight tastes like, well, that was my whole life. Until that briefing. Until Martinez, all bravado and scar tissue, opened the floor for volunteers. "If anyone wants extra firepower, now's your chance," he said, trying to sound casual, but fooling no one. I stepped forward. The sound of my boots was the only thing moving in the room. I asked for a DSR-50, not just any rifle, the kind that turns tides if you know where to aim. Everyone looked at me like I'd asked for a spaceship. Collins laughed so hard he choked, and the lieutenant colonel barked something about brain surgeons and hammers. But I just rolled up my sleeve, showed them the scar, and let the room draw its own conclusions. Then the General Gerald walked in, and the whole mood changed. The mark was unmistakable, black Talon. Suddenly, I wasn't the tech ghost anymore. I was the last living member of a unit that didn't officially exist, a unit too dangerous for the Pentagon to admit. Most folks only know rumors. Most never meet a shadow face to face. It's wild how fast the world tilts. Yesterday, you're a joke. Today, your past gets dragged into the open by a single scar and a whisper. I spent almost 100 days beside those guys, ate their bland chow, shared dumb stories, never once dropped a hint. Not until the general stepped back like I was the devil. That's when a mask came off. That's when I realized I'd been holding the line, not just for them, but against threats none of them even saw coming. The room emptied, briefing cut short. The general locked his office, so tight you'd think the president was hiding inside. He just stared, asking me how I was still breathing after all this time. I told him straight 12 years back, I'd save my last bullet not for the enemy, but to keep my own team from killing each other. Sometimes surviving means not pulling the trigger, even when you want it more than anything. Black Talon. We were ghosts before the military started using the word. Kids picked for skills no one else had the patience to notice. We existed for less than 2 years, got wiped out on a mission called Ghost Mirror. Betrayed. Set up. Ambush from the inside. Only one survivor me. I vanished. No digital footprints, not a blip, until that night at K-19. And now, the base was under siege. Emergency signals screamed through every channel except all our fancy tech had gone dead, fried by an EMP wave that only left one thing untouched. The same old DSR-50 I'd requested, analog, bulletproof to the chaos of modern warfare. Gerald slid a folder across the desk inside, a history of betrayal. Drone swarms built from stolen American blueprints, AI killers, everything wrapped in the stink of a traitor who'd sold us out. Again, your unit found a mole, he whispered, but the team got erased before anyone could name names. All except for me. And now, same fingerprints, another betrayal, new tech but the same old blood price. This wasn't rescue. This was payback on a global scale. I loaded 3 rounds, asked how many shots I'd need. Gerald just looked tired. 1,000 might not be enough. So I promised him I'd make these 3 count. If you've ever been asked to crawl back into the jaws of the monster that ate your past, you know what I mean. Sometimes you don't come back because you want to do it because no one else will. 0347 hours, code black. 18 drones, autonomous. Mean as hell, bearing down on us through the darkness. Not a single system left to stop them. Every soldier just frozen, watching death crawl closer. No hope, not really. But I was already halfway up the observation tower, concrete steps echoing under my boots. The kind of place that remembers every footfall. The night was so thick you could chew it. Laying down the DSR-50 felt like meeting an old friend after a funeral. Every click, every breath, that rifle became an extension of me, not the other way around. I looked through the scope, saw patterns, not chaos, but a kind of ugly logic, 12 drones dancing in tight formation, a hive mind with a single heart. And every hive has a queen. First shot, dead center. Not just a drone dropped, a pattern broke. The rest of the swarm fractured, spinning off their rhythm. Second shot, I aimed at the invisible, the backup relay, the nervous system holding the drones together. My bullet sliced that thread, and suddenly those machines started tearing each other apart, blind, panicked, eating their own tails. 3 left. I didn't go for them. I tracked 3 miles out of tower, a silhouette in desert camo, piloting gear way too sophisticated to be legal. The traitor. My old ghost. Only he wasn't alone. 2 more figures stepped from the shadows, one raising a hand, pointing right at me. Yeah, they'd been waiting. This whole ambush, a trap to draw out the last of Black Talon. And just like that, the final drones pivoted, not for Echo Base, but straight for me. 30 seconds to live. I could have run. I'd done it before. But then I saw the traitor line up a shot at the command center, 1 pull. Echo Base is gone. I exhaled slow, ignored the pounding in my chest, squeezed the trigger. The bullet shattered the relay. Every last drone dropped from the sky, raining down like steel hail. Across the sand, I locked eyes with the man who'd betrayed us all. 12 years, all in a single look. He nodded slow, knowing, then disappeared. Echo Base survived for now, but anyone with sense knew the war was just getting started. The official report? 47 words, dry as ash. Drone threat eliminated. Echo Base systems restored. 0 casualties. Request investigation. Not a single mention of me, or what it cost. No glory, no praise. But secrets don't stay buried. Not forever. A photo started circulating, low-res and haunting. A silhouette against a full moon. A woman with a rifle atop a ruined tower. The desert below lit with burning drone wreckage. It spread faster than any order, passed from hand to hand in awe and silence. Next morning, Gerald tried to thank me. I cut him off. Sir, is Echo Base secure? Yes. Then my work's done. Before sunrise, I was gone. No goodbye, no formality, just my name tag left on the mess table, Jade Monroe, Weapons Systems. Beneath, a scrawled line. Don't remember my name. Just remember to protect each other. But something shifted. Whispers grew, the ghost operator, the last of Black Talon, back from the dead to save Echo Base. Recruits started digging, asking questions nobody wanted answered. Files reopened, patterns of betrayal mapped across continents. Every time someone got close, they vanished. Accidents, deployments, you know the drill. But now, hope lingered because for the first time in years, someone was still out there fighting back. I faded into the shadows again. But my legend refused to die. In armories and shops worldwide, techs slowed down, paid attention, wondering if the next nobody was more than they seemed. Because sometimes your guardian angel isn't a general or a hero, it's the one quietly cleaning your rifle, eyes sharp, hands steady, watching out for you when nobody else will. If you believe true power doesn't wear stripes or medals, if you think it lives in the moment someone steps up while the rest step back, then type the last one standing below. Because sometimes it takes a ghost to keep the world from burning, and maybe, just maybe, she's still out there, watching over us all.
Xin chào các bạn, mình là Trinh, mình phụ trách viết content. Trên đây là những công việc của mình là mình lên mạng xã hội tìm hiểu những video.
Thank you, man. Hey, if you guys have any trouble, let somebody know, please.
After the tree to hold on to.
Yeah, they're